3D printing is becoming a popular hobby for many people, but just what effects will it have in a modern society? Gun control has been a serious problem for many decades. Today, anyone can print a gun of their own. Since 2006, there has been 176 mass shootings in the US. Of the 176, 32 of them were public mass shootings. With the reality of 3D printed guns, what will become of the American society? On December 14th, 2012, 27 people were killed at Sandy Hook Elementary School. 20-year-old Adam Lanza came into the school with an AR-15 and two semi-automatic pistols.
This has been a harrowing, horrific week in the state of Connecticut. And the refrain I have heard again and again and again from the people of Newtown and Connecticut and all around the country is, you need to do something about the guns.
As a response, pro-gun activists flooded the streets. Amongst them was a man named Cody Wilson. He is the founder of Defense Distributed and is also the mastermind behind 3D printed guns. He is known as the most dangerous man in the world because he has successfully printed the first fully functioning 3D printed gun. And here lies the danger.
Any way to put the genie back in the bottle?
No, I'll show you. This magazine, for example, right, was just one file 2 days ago. Now it's been downloaded over 50,000 times. You know, the internet has it. And as long as these machines keep getting better, this is no longer bannable.
So this is how 3D printing works. First, a person creates a 3D image of the item using a computer-aided design or CAD software program. Then, the CAD info is sent to the printer. Meanwhile, the person can choose what material to use and pour it in the printer. The printer forms the item by depositing the material in layers, starting with the bottom layer onto a platform. In some cases, a light or laser may be used to harden the material. Then this brings us to the question, with the invention of 3D printing, what effects will 3D printed guns have on our society?
You know, it's going to be like the wild, wild west, where everyone carried a gun around, everyone could shoot each other, and, you know, it's just going to be crazy.
You can see how it would affect campus security for many schools. So yeah, that would be a major concern for a school.
Probably feel pretty threatened that my classmates can just have a gun with them.
If everyone can get a gun, then you kind of think it'd be harder for criminals to pull more crimes because then everyone has a gun.
I think that there probably won't be a major effect from 3D guns because we already have toy guns right now.
Long term, as the prices of the printers go down and the technology that's involved increases, I think we could be in for some serious issues.
According to Kyle Chaika, the sole mission of Defense Distributed is to freely distribute blueprints for firearms that can be entirely made on an affordable printer.
Right now, I'm not scared of 3D guns. I mean, you know, the technology is just not there where everybody can go out and print a gun. But it's not that far off.
I don't believe in Romney versus Obama. You know, I believe in real politics. That's a real political act, giving you a magazine, telling you that that will never be taken away. That wasn't true maybe 2 weeks ago. Now it's a fact of life. It's a fact of history. You know, that's real politics.
When you first see something printed out in 3 dimensions, it kind of blows your mind a little bit, and yet there are those who use this to print weapons. Defense Distributed is working on manufacturing the AR-15, which happens to be the same gun used in the Sandy Hook massacre. They have already built a low receiver that was able to last through more than 600 shots. On November 7th, 2013, a 3D printing service named Solid Concepts managed to print a metal 3D gun that fired over 500 rounds without any problems. 2012 was a horrific year in America. There's been 16 mass shootings in 15 different states. At the rate that 3D printed guns are growing, what will become of America's national security in the years to come? Criminals can just print out a gun without anyone knowing that they have the gun, and all the gun files on the internet are for free. Society will become uninhabitable. We must take action now to prevent the unbearable harm in the near future. To solve this problem, let's look to what solutions are available. First, we can ban 3D printed guns.
Probably the easier solution would be to ban just the making of plastic 3D printed weapons. Whether or not that's realistic or not is probably debatable itself. You can make the rule, but if people want to, there's ways that they can get the plans and can find out how to do that.
In 1994, President Clinton signed an assault weapons ban into law, and it said the gun ban did nothing to reduce the overall level of gun violence in this country.
According to Coper, principal investigator at the U.S. Department of Justice, the decline of assault weapons use after the ban was offset by the rising of other guns.
If they decided to, it would be next to impossible, because at some point 3D printers will become so commonplace that households will have them, and it would be too difficult for Congress to pass laws.
And these things will be made in other countries and then brought in. So I think that's going to be an issue.
Even though banning 3D printed guns is a great idea, however, we will also have to ban 3D printing in general, which can do potential good to our society. There has also been proof that past bans on other things have not worked. This solution is not realistic because 3D printers will be so commonplace. Even if we ban 3D printers, people can import them from other parts of the world. Now we must look to another solution, which is to require the registration of 3D printers and printed parts.
Regulations regarding the ownership and operation of 3D printers might also be effective. For instance, Congress can mandate those who own and operate 3D printers must keep detailed logs of every usage of the printer.
But I think registering would have a better chance of success. I think banning would make us feel better, but I'm afraid you're not going to ban it.
In 2008, the Supreme Court said there was an individual right to keep and bear a handgun in your home. The government can regulate dangerous and unusual weapons.